beer, guns, and all. Welcome to the Gospel of Two Wheels, where the coffee's hot, the bikes are fast, and your comments are thankfully absolutely ridiculous. I love you guys. Good to see you, Jason Roberts, Calvin Jones, Punk Rock Club. I love it. Jason, I hope you also have a blessed day. I hope everyone who watches this has a blessed day. Hopefully you lean into Jesus because he is our Savior. Boom! I just said it. I love it. By the way, for anyone who doesn't like it when I talk about Jesus or God, you can find another channel. But I encourage you just to hang out and listen and, whatever. Don't discount it right away. I used to for a very long time. So it's great to see you all here. We're obviously starting a little bit early, just a tiny bit. Well, we're starting the whole thing way early, 7 o'clock instead of 7:30. Bruce Kennedy, what's happening? That is because I thought I was going to have to get my kid to school because my wife's out of town and my other kid's gone to go climb a mountain. And he couldn't take it. Anyway, it turns out I'm actually just going to call the other kid out of school, so it doesn't really matter. They only have a half day anyway, and I figure, forget it. Just take the day off, have fun, do something cool. Brandon T, what's happening? If you guys are watching, make sure you throw a comment in here. Let's see, today. Ooh, here we go. If you're watching this, oh man, there goes that thing again. Hold on. Man, I put my hand up and it does weird stuff. There you go. If you are watching today and enjoying yourself, make sure you comment your name, where you're from, and your favorite breakfast food. Dave Brayman, what's happening? Rich Noble, what's going on, man? Look at that, Rich. I know it's unfortunate. I gotta scoot closer, but look at that. That is an OmniWall setup right there, guys. Massive thank you to Rich and OmniWall for that. It is really, really hands down the best wall organizer setup I've ever used. I've used pegboard. I've used a couple other things. Honestly, guys, OmniWall is the best. You could use Highland 24 as a discount code. You save a little bit of money. I'm not an affiliate with them. I don't make money. I did get that stuff for free, so huge thank you. But I don't make money if you buy it. But I'm telling you, it's between that and Toolbox Widget, you can organize your stuff, get your crap together, or stuff together, I think is how OmniWall puts it. And yeah, it's really great. So massive thank you, Rich. We actually have some big news coming with OmniWall, so stick around. Not today, but it's coming in the works, probably a couple months out, but we've got some cool stuff. Scott Schwager coming in from Surprise, Arizona. What's happening? Kenneth Keller, how's it going? I hope you have a blessed day too. Thank you for the words of encouragement this morning. I appreciate that, Kenneth. Here we go. Brandon T, Oklahoma, and eggs for breakfast. Right on. And where in Oklahoma are you, Brandon? I know you've probably said that before, and I apologize for forgetting. Calvin Jones, Pocatello, Idaho, and steak fajita omelet with some Tabasco. Or tobacco? I'm guessing you mean Tabasco. There you go, yeah. I don't know. Unless you're chewing tobacco, which is not a great idea. Kenneth Keller, the old goat in the background, starting to look pretty good. Gonna make some big progress today. Got the right shock spring. Oh, by the way, quick little information. If someone finds this on YouTube and is wondering, a 2018 shock will fit on a 08 or 09 chassis perfectly. The size of the bolt holes is the same. The eye-to-eye length is the same. It's just a much better shock. Kenneth's shock on this bike had a classic problem with the rebound adjuster. Had gotten rusty and whatever. It broke as I was trying to work on it. It happens all the time. And then unfortunately the pin, the needle, the bypass needle also wouldn't move, which would not allow me to get the thing out. It's a massive pain in the butt. Anyway, fortunately I had that shock. That's a spare off my old 18 Daisy, and it's all valved and set up, wrong spring, but I'm I don't know, and I put it and it fits perfectly. So super rad. Let's see. Okay, by the way, guys, everybody has to comment your name, where you're from, and your favorite breakfast food, and you also have to give a thumbs up. So Scott Schwager, any word on the tire setup? No word on the tire setup. I keep looking down at the front ones I have not installed. I will check though, Scott. I have not asked Jeff on when the release date is yet. I haven't checked. Well, I haven't checked with him on that in a while. So I will check on that and let you know. In fact, I'll do that while we're thinking, because that'd be kind of cool if I got a reminder. When, let's see. Sorry, everybody. Oh, by the way, we can run long today. So if you're here and you're hanging out, we can run long today. I don't have anywhere to be since we started early. Yeah, we'll be good. So asking any word on release date yet. Boom. Now, Mr. Douglas, who owns the company who makes that stuff, is usually pretty good about getting back right away. So we'll see. So yeah, huge hello from Belgium, Jab Boer. Boer. I think I pronounced that Boer. Whatever. I don't know. What language do you speak in Belgium? Is it French or is it German? Or is it? I don't know. Let me know. Jab, what do you guys speak in Belgium? I apologize for not knowing that. I apologize for being American and not being well versed. We got Scotch ware, eggs and potatoes. I love eggs and potatoes. McLeod, east of yeah, oh yeah, I know where McLeod is. Right on, Brandon. Kenneth Keller likes eggs over easy, sausage and hash browns and toast. Oh, that sounds so freaking good. Dave Brandman, Burns, Wyoming, and anything breakfast. I'm with you. As you guys, if you've been watching this channel long, know, massive fan of breakfast burritos. That will be what I have this morning when I get home. Micromines, Williamson, Georgia, right on, sausage and gravy, also so good. The Rich Noble, I know the add-on is on the way. I'm excited about that. Kenneth, South Central Tennessee. Nate Baird, Corning, New York, bacon and eggs over easy. I love it. 5280 James coming in from the Denver area. And by the way, what do you eat for breakfast? 5280. Scooty Puff Jr., Eastern Iowa, bacon and eggs. I love it. Matthew Coolidge. I'm so glad no one has said kale or something stupid. And Scott Schwager says, hit the thumbs up. I agree. You got to back out of the chat to hit the thumbs up, though. Like, if you're in the chat, you can't see it. So, my wife calling. I better answer this. So, hold on. This might be interesting. Hey, baby, you're on the live show. How are you?
I'm good. I was just calling to say I love you.
I love you too. I'm doing it early today. So, what's that?
I'll let you get back to work.
Okay, I love you, baby.
I love you too.
Bye.
Bye.
There's my sweetheart. I love that woman so much. Matthew Coolidge saying hi. See to Cedar Edge, Colorado breakfast burrito. I love it, Eric. Rich Noble coming in from Noblesville. Holy crap! I didn't know you were from Noblesville. Like, does your family own the entire town? That's so cool, dude. Sausage, eggs, and home fries. Love it. Michigan bagels and coffee and anything left over still on the countertop at the time. I like it. Jab or French side, right on. My wife is actually, well, not anymore so much because it's been a long time, but she used to speak French very well. She minored in French in college, and when we went to France, she did a very good job. Michael Irwin coming in from Tonganoxie, Kansas. That's a crazy name. Bacon lots. Love it. Yeah, love it, dude. Scotty Poop. Good morning from Missouri. Dwayne, the Bust Knuckle Club. What do you eat for breakfast, Dwayne? Kremlin coffee. Shifty Sean, Kremlin, Colorado. Coffee, every man's necessity. Agree. By the way, coffee this morning tasting awfully good. Oh, Jab, you lived for a couple years in Louisiana. Nice. Protein shake. 52. I'll let that go, 5280. But we all know that is not as good as something with bacon in it. Matthew Coolidge, a can of Spam from us poor folks in Maine. So I used to hate Spam. I don't even know why I hated Spam. I don't know if I actually hated Spam or I just didn't like the look of it or whatever. But after going to Hawaii for the hard enduro and having musubi, I think it's musubi, anyway, it's like rice with spam and then some. Anyway, dude, I'm a big fan. Fried spam on top of like sushi style rice, so good. That's fun. Dan West Oz, that's Australia for all of you. Eggs, steaky bacon, avocado on a good hearty toast. That sounds phenomenal. TC Moore 38 coming in from Southwest Mo. Coffee, get the day rolling. I like it. Eric Hall, punk rock. What's happening, man? Dave Kessler coming in from Springfield, New York. Marshall Polson, Crawford, Colorado. Just Cafe Bustelo this morning, but chicken usually have an egg or two for me. Right on. The chickens have an egg or two for him, I'm guessing. So, I'm a huge fan of Cafe Bustelo too, by the way. Well, that's my traveling coffee, always. In a can, espresso ground, and I use my AeroPress to make the coffee. Ooh, there we go. 5280 James. I eat breakfast for dinner a lot. Usually a breakfast burrito. I'm a huge fan of that. So I promise we're going to stop talking about breakfast here in a second, but I'm a massive fan of breakfast for dinner. Any kind of breakfast for dinner, like pancakes and eggs, omelets, breakfast burritos. I'm generally, if I'm probably part Mexican. My parents haven't chimed in yet. They probably don't know that it's early this morning. But my parents won't admit that I'm mostly Mexican, but I must be because I absolutely love spicy food and Mexican food so much. Anyway, lots of eggs with a little cayenne pepper. Nice. Ooh, Busted Uncle Club. I am happy to report, not that you guys really care, but although actually the folks coming for the members only ride will get to experience this. My wife grew some amazing peppers, definitely some cayenne peppers that we're grinding up and making our own like cayenne pepper salt kind of thing. We also have habanero and jalapeno stuff like that we're oh my gosh, it is so phenomenal. Yeah, if you're coming to the members only ride, you will get to experience that because we are doing a barbecue at my house on Saturday night. It's gonna be awesome. Rich Noble, Omniwall is made by the Noble Industries. I don't own it, just work here. Not sure how it happened, but here I am. Right on, Rich. I think, Rich, you should just lean on them and say, listen, obviously my name is Noble. You should just give me a lot of the profits. Or all of it. I don't know. Cabashaw's coming in crepes because he's fancy. I love it. F3 Kurt Funk coming in from the cheese curd capital of the world. I'm guessing that's Wisconsin. Yeah, it's got to be Wisconsin. There's no way it's Tillamook, Washington. It is awesome to be here, guys. It's been a long intro here. I love you guys so much. Thank you for all the comments. As you know, big coffee, big breakfast burrito fan. KDX is leaving on the members ride. I was going to take it to South Dakota, Spearfish, for Mr. Hovness. Travis Hovness? Travis. Anyway, but it turns out that weekend, the only weekend I have is the weekend of the members ride, so I don't really have that weekend. And there's my father-in-law. I can wait to talk to him. But anyway, I can't get up there until like sometime in November, and it's gonna be cold and snowy. So he's coming down for the members ride, which I'm super stoked. So we're gonna be shooting some video with him of him getting that. I can't wait. A couple little things left to do. I got to put the OEM fork guard on it. I have for it, and something else. Oh, a headlight bulb. So anyway, other than that, it's ready. I'll service it, change the oil, and things like that. But yeah, super stoked. So that's ready. Kenneth's bike is coming together. Really excited about that. There's that YZ 450. We put lights and everything on, and that's doing good. He hasn't picked it up because he decided he wanted a kickstand for it, so we ordered that from Fastway Pro Moto on the way. Jason Roberts coming in from Reedley, California. Lots of eggs. I love it. I'm a big fan of eggs too. It's the one thing we don't have on our farm, and I like to call it it's a real farm because we do produce things. It's just tiny. It's 3 acres, which is not a big farm, but it is my farm, and I love it to death. So we don't have chickens yet, but chickens are coming probably next year, hopefully next year. The problem is I don't have a coupe, and I got to build a coupe, and I just don't have a lot of time. My wife, though, is leaning on me. So probably this winter, I will put some effort in and get a coupe built because I can do it inside my giant garage, and then we can move it out and get it ready. Anyway, I'm excited about that. That's gonna be super fun. What do you guys want to talk about dirt bikes? And also hit the thumbs up, people. My mom, who's not here yet, will kick your butt. Trust me, I will send her down there wherever you are to kick your butt. What do you guys want to talk about? Ask some questions. No Thursday night ride tonight, guys. Sorry about that. Sorry, I really slacked off the end of the season on that. Just been crazy busy. Tonight I have to get ready to go racing. Going to Chimney Rock, Utah. Well, whatever. I'm going to Utah to the Chimney Rock Enduro. It's over in an area they call Chimney Rock. I don't think it's officially called that anywhere on a map, but it is north of Green River. It is one of my absolute favorite places to ride, and I really don't ride there very much at all, which is unfortunate because I think it's because I'm an idiot. I should just drive over there. It's a ways out there from here, but it is absolutely brilliant. There's hundreds of miles of single track, literally hundreds of miles of single track, and they are desperately trying to close it all down. SUWA, S-U-W-A. In fact, I highly recommend everyone watching this to go get on the SUWA's website. I don't know if it's SUWA.com or whatever. Just Google SUWA, and then if you need to, put Utah and whatever, you'll get to their website and barrage them with just like telling them that they're doing a terrible thing because they're trying to shut down all motorized use. They hate motorized use of all things, which really, really sucks. And yeah, I'm not a fan. And if you go on their website and look down their like their whole like reason for being and about and this and that, they've got some. Anyway, it gets weird really fast, and I don't agree with it. So this may be the last race out there at the Chimney Rock, which really sucks. But I want to be there for it. I'm excited. And it's a Saturday race, which is not normal. So I'm going over early. I'm going to take tomorrow and Saturday off, get over there and race and have some fun. Hopefully do some good. Got the bike all set up. I've gotten brand new shiny tires on it. If you guys wonder, it's a desert race, slick rock, sand, dirt, whatever. And not slick rock like Moab, like big chunks of rock, but sandstone style rock. So anyway, I am running the Talon rear tire and Talon front tire. I run the small Talon front tire. I just not a fan of the fat tire. I tried that Shinko fatty, the Golden Tire fatty, the 9100. Thank you, Robbie Noyles, for that tire. It's a very nice tire. I just am not a fan of that big fat tire. I do like the Golden Tire better than the other ones. The compound must be better than the other fat tires I've tried, but I still don't like it. I think I've got it on a wheel. I'm not getting rid of that. I'm not taking it off because I think it would be good in just sand, straight sand, obviously, because the big fat tire would do well. But anyway, so normal size Talon 8100 front, and then a 120 90 or whatever, 18 rear. I'm pretty excited about that. Moose balls, definitely. Quick discussion about moose balls, foam inserts, whatever you want to call all that stuff. Well, anyway, I had a gentleman call me who watches our YouTube channel. And by the way, guys, if you watch the YouTube channel and you want to talk about things, I'm happy to do it. But I don't know. Maybe you guys can help me figure this out. I need to figure out a time. Oh, there's our thumbs down. There's our person with the thumbs down coming in. I need to figure out a way to do it a certain time that I can do it. I cannot do it during the day. I'm gonna have to start turning people down. Thank you for wanting to know my opinions, and then also asking me questions about bikes and like how to fix things and all that. I really appreciate it. It really does mean a lot that you guys trust me. But it's taking up too much time. And this this gentleman, I answered the phone. I'm happy to talk to him. He was asking me about tire setup and what to put in those tires, and he kept asking me about tubeless, and I kept telling him, and he kept telling me that he watched all my videos. I'm like, well, if you've watched my videos, you know I don't like tubeless. And he just kept going on and on and on, and I finally got him talked off the ledge of tubeless. And the thing about tubeless is that it works really well, but it just requires a lot of effort to maintain it and make sure it's all this stuff. And it is still a possible fail. And this gentleman does a lot of like backcountry, middle of nowhere riding. I'm like, dude, if you want to make it not at all, like if you want to make, take one fail point out of the equation. That's a really long way to say that. If you want to take a fail point out of the equation, run foam of some sort in your tires. Yes, it's expensive. Yes, it's kind of a pain in the butt to change at first. But that's the only way to guarantee you're not going to have a flat. And so, hey, there's Cub Moto. Rich Pierce, what's going on? So anyway, it was interesting. Like, the reason I even brought this up is that I stand behind the fact that if you have air in your tire, you run a risk of failing. And the tubeless, you run a risk of failing two different ways. One way is not a big deal. Like if you get a flat in the tire, you can ride flat and get out of there, and that's really not a big deal. And it is nice to have the traction. Hence the cool guy thing I'm testing that has air in the system, but it removes another piece of air from the system. But yeah, if you want a 100% bulletproof setup, you got to put foam in there. Let's see. In Matthew Coolidge, yes, it does seem like everybody trying to shut everything down. I can't believe him. Marshall Polson, 83 Yamaha MX100 two-stroke carb coming apart today. Nice. Hope she's a ripper. Dude, Marshall, that sounds awesome. That's going to be... I've seen... my boss over in Gunny had a couple MXs. Like he had a big one, a little one. He had two trials. Like he's been a Yamaha dealer for a long time. He had a TY250 and a TY50. By the way, who here has seen a TY50 in person? They're the cutest little thing ever. Kenneth Keller, FYI, Rocky Mountain ATV is absolutely amazing company. Ordered Tuesday at 2:30, received yesterday. Parts. They are an amazing company. As you know, I mean, they take very, very good care of me, but they're also, I don't know. I order stuff from them not as an affiliate all the time for the shop, and it's amazing. Countershocks, I agree. Fat tires steer like a truck. Laura and I, this is Bruce Kennedy, Laura and I are getting hooked on pickleball with your giant garage. You and the family could get into that inside this winter. It's an excellent exercise. Needed 44 feet by 20 feet, though, and a portable net. I have that room, 44 feet by 20 feet. Yeah. What am I talking about? It's 40 by 60. But we do park vehicles in there. We'd have to move everything out. We do have a ping pong table, though, and we have room for that. Brandon likes the Talons. Yeah, and moose balls are great. I love it. And buy my own half-baked fix-it shop. Jesus is the way. Agree, 100%. Give it a thumbs down, folks. Drink toilet water with Dixie cups. The thumbs down's gone, so it must have been an accident, which I think is funny. Leaf, Nogal, New Mexico. Chorizo con huevos burrito. Ooh, that sounds so good. Jay Wild, what's happening? Coffee up, my man. And buy my own. That KDX is freaking sweet. It's such a nice bike. I'm kind of sad that I sold it, but like, not really. Sold it, gave it away. I mean, I made money, so it was a giveaway, but you know what I mean. I'm sad that it's leaving, but I'm also happy it's going to a home where it actually get ridden. It just doesn't get ridden at my house. So, here we go. Mike reminds thoughts on the 25 Gas 300 GP. Really cool looking bike. Or stay with KTM path. So I actually haven't seen the Gas GP. Let's see. I'm sure that's just their cool trim level. I'll look it up real fast. Like I said, I'm sure that's their. Let's see, images. There we go. That is sweet. That's bad to the bone. So anyway, here you guys. There it is. Super rad. I mean, so I think the gas guy. I mean, it's just a KTM. The one thing you're gonna have to deal with is you've got the crappy hydros. Maybe, I don't know. In 25, did they spec it with good hydraulics, or did you still get brake tech? If you're still getting brake tech hydraulics, it's not like they work fine when they're brand new. They seem to be fine, but the I would imagine like you're gonna have to replace them eventually. But the money you save on that, like, because I don't know about that bike. Like I said, I'm not sure, but my guess is the gas is still a little bit less than the KTM, and the GP. It looks like it's got all the cool guy stuff. Like, nah, still got the cash triple clamp. So I don't know. Someone else might know more than I do about that, but the new EC3, yeah. So I don't know. You might be able to get the thing for cheap enough, and then you could upgrade the hydraulics later if you want. But I don't know. I just had a friend. He was looking at some different stuff, new bikes, and he ended up buying the TE Pro Husqvarna because he didn't want to buy the lower Husqvarna because the 24, because the 25s are all coming, I guess, with Brembos, but the 24 he didn't want to buy because he found a deal on them and all this stuff. Didn't want to buy it from because he didn't want the brake tech hydraulics, so he bought the Pro model because he got the good hydraulics. So anyway, specs still say brake tech. So Scooty Puff says brake tech. So I don't know. Everything else is just a KTM, and I love the color. I love the fact it's a little different looking and all that stuff. So I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Depends on your pickiness about hydraulics, but I don't know. I'd say go for it. I don't know if they're still giving away e-bikes. I get that, and then upgrade the hydraulics later. Shifty Sean doing first race Saturday, Sunday. Got any tips? Shifty, I'm going to give you the tip that most people will give you if on your first race is just go ride. Don't try to win the thing. On your first race, it's important to just ride, stay safe, have fun, and get a feel for what the whole situation is like. What kind of race is it, by the way? What's the format? I'd love to know. And maybe I can give you a little bit more. Ooh, and Bruce Kennedy, one of my favorite things to talk about right now, following Johnny Walker, and he will help sell those Triumphs. Yes, Johnny Walker on the Triumph is definitely going to help sell those bikes. Super rad that he won his first race on it. I know there wasn't a whole bunch of people there. Like the big names weren't all there. It was in Newcastle, UK. Taddy was there, but he's on that stupid Stark Varg. It's not stupid. And it's probably actually, that's a perfect bike for Enduro Cross because like it's not going to run out of battery, honestly. So actually pretty rad bike for that. But, and Taddy's amazing, but he's not really a current contender anymore. But I'm still stoked that Johnny won. And I think it's a really good first step for the Triumph bikes. And they've got that's an enduro version of that bike. I'm guessing it's just valving and maybe the transmission and 18-inch wheel, something like that. But so cool. And Countershocks. I love my 15 mile ride in Mexico on the rim. Tubes forever or until they flat. Oh, Nate, that was so funny. I'm so glad you made it and didn't die out there in the desert. The Scott Schwager, I found that the Talon front is great in the AZ Sand and Rock. I agree. I think the Talon front I don't know. I'm pretty happy with it. I might say, I don't know, man. It's coming up there with M59, kind of awesome. Kenneth Keller, what is an alternative for moose juice? Great question. And so moose juice is crazy expensive. $200 and something for the gallon jug. That's a lot of money. I can say it lasts a really long time, especially if you're using it on just your tires. You will have that jug forever. Okay, not forever, but a really long time because it holds up well on the tire, and you don't need that much of it anyway. Marshall Polson, phenomenal. But an alternative, Sil Glide is another. So the cheapest alternative that works really well in drier climates, which you are in South Central Tennessee, which I would not consider a drier climate all the time. But if you're not crossing a lot of rivers, it might work as Murphy's Tire Soap. Murphy's Tire Soap works really good as a lube as long as you're not going through water, because it is soap and it does just go away in the water. If you ride through a river or through whatever, it will just go away. So yeah, I've used Murphy's for a long time. I have it in the shop for people that are relubing mooses, especially out here in the West where it's dry almost all the time. It works great. So that's the cheapest way to go and best kind of that setup. For if you want to stay with the silicone stuff, which that's what Moose Lube is, it's silicone based, different levels and amounts and all that stuff. It makes up the different ones. But Sil Glide, I guess, is supposed to be cheap. Ty Davis, Zip Tie Racing has some that's supposed to be really good. I don't know. I've never used it. I need to get after that. Also, Moose Balls, Mr. Wolf has a tub of lube that you can buy, and I'm actually going to get some to test. I haven't tested it yet. I'm sure it's going to be just as good as the Moose Juice or the stuff that comes. It's going to be the same as what's in the tubes that come with the Moose Balls. So, yeah. Anyway, the reality is, if you want something that lasts a long time and stays on the moose for a long time, you got to go with the silicone stuff. It just lasts longer. If you change your tires a lot, which I do, and you're, like I said, in a relatively dry climate, the Murphy's is honestly brilliant. So, and Marshall Paulson says, Haktua on the Moose Balls for the best lube. I agree. Good morning. You may have missed it, but are you still headed to Chimney Rock? If so, I'll see you there. Yes, Michael Van de Sluice. I will be there. I'm super excited. I'm actually heading out tomorrow morning. I'm actually going to get to go to a race really early. I'm really excited about that. I'm super, super excited about that. So I will be there early. I won't be there early Friday, but probably before noon Friday. Tomorrow. Get set up with my rig, and then I'm going to do some riding. I think probably before the race, just some kind of hanging out and whatever, and then race, and then I think I'm going to stay Sunday too and ride, and then just leave Sunday night, go home. How much did the long silencer mellow out my 300XC James Wampler? A fair amount, but not too much, if that makes sense. And someone mentioned it, and I even mentioned it in a video. Doing the power valve cover and that at the same time is a little bit silly, because you're doing two things at once they both have the kind of same thing going on. So I'm not sure. Anyway, I don't know which one did more. I'm guessing the silencer is a little bit more than the power valve cover, but that combo really smoothed out the transition from low to mid power like that. Even in the green map, it just like makes it really easy to ride. It's still crazy fast and crazy like snappy when you want it to be, but it seems like it's tied more to your hand than the power valve, like the power band, right? If that makes sense. Anyway, it's good. The one problem with those silencers, they are not spark arrested, so I'm going to be putting my short silencer. Oh, it's not here. Anyway, I got to take it home. I'm going to be putting that back on for the race because it has the Spanish Fly spark arrestor in it. We're on public land, so I have to. Anyway, so I got to run a spark arrestor, so I'm going to run the shorty. So that'll be good. Actually, I'll run the shorty with the power valve cover, and I can tell you guys about how that feels. And then I can put the long silencer back on and tell you how that is. Shifty Sean doing the Army C Enduro reliability style. Right on. Shifty Sean. So this is his first race, guys. Shifty Sean said his first race ever. He's asking for tips. You guys jump in and give him some tips too, because this is a wealth of knowledge, Shifty Sean, the people that are watching this live stream right now. And then also, Shifty Sean, check back in on this video for comments after it, because people will be making comments after. So on a reliability style enduro, dude, just go out, have fun, push hard in your tests, because you're not going to be like banging bars. So like if you're racing a hare scramble, a hare and hound, motocross, something like that for your first race, it can be super daunting because you're like on a start line, like down a straight, like it's a whole thing, and it gets exciting, and that's like really got to tell yourself to just calm down, which is hard to do when it's that exciting. But so in an enduro style like that, reliability style enduro, where you're just kind of lining up, and you're going to doing your thing, like you're just gonna line, you're gonna take off with like 4 or 5 people on your line, go, and like Dave said, watch and learn. So you're gonna, like, when you get on your line and you're like, slowly working your way towards the start, say hi to everybody. Hey, how's it going? First of all, you want to be nice because just in case you have a problem, they might help you. Also, find out what line they're on and all that stuff, and like what class they're racing. Okay, great. And then you'll roll up, and then you're going to line up, and you're just going to go every like 15 or 30 seconds. So you're just going to let you go through a test. So you're really just racing the clock. My biggest suggestion, again, is to just ride your ride. Like, don't freak out, especially early in the race when your nerves are up and all that stuff. You're wanting to win the whole thing, overall. Trust me, this is coming from experience. And just go ride and just push yourself right to, 80, 90% of your ability and keep it there. Just stay off that 100% mark, because that's when you freaking fall down. Like, that's when you make mistakes. That's when you eat crap. A, you're not going to do well if you lay on the ground, and B, you could get hurt, which obviously is no good. Yeah, it's just and as I think Dave said, just watch and learn, like, because you're going to see guys that are going to be way faster than you, and just watch what they're doing and try to learn from them. Brayman also says, don't forget to breathe. Agree. Vandesluis says, and I agree with this 100%. Remember to get out of the way of faster folks. If they caught you, they're faster. So when you're on the trail, because again, enduro style, there's going to be, double A's probably behind you, depending on where you're lined up. But there's going to be some really, really fast guys behind you. There's going to be slow guys behind you, slow guys in front of you, because they mix it up, right? They keep all the classes all mixed up, so everybody has traffic to deal with and all that stuff. So just try to be really aware of your surroundings. Wow, 2 thumbs down now. And no one who's willing to say anything because they're weenies. So be listening. When you hear someone come up behind you and rev, just scoot out of the way. Because like Michael says, if they caught you, they're faster. Period. Let them go, and then maybe jump in on their tire for a bit. And try to learn something. Follow them. Just do your very best until it becomes scary or like, oh, and then back off, let them go. Next person. The other thing I can say, coming from Mexico standpoint and every kind of racing, is when you get caught, and you pull out of the way, don't just immediately dive back in. Stop. Like, you don't have to stop, but it's not a terrible idea. Look back and make sure there's not a train, because sometimes if it's a long test, you'll get a pack of fast dudes that all jam up against each other because they're all racing each other, and what you don't want to do is like scoot, guy go by and scoot right back into someone. So just be aware of your surroundings. Really, really, really aware of your surroundings. And then if you get there, if you catch someone, I cannot recommend the woo 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 any more than that is the best way to let them know. Because revving the engine, sometimes they don't hear it, sometimes they don't notice it, whatever, depends on what bike you're on. Especially if you're on a 2-stroke, they're not that loud from behind. But that loud, like that weird sound, that real high pitch, whoa, 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 people hear that, and they'll get out of the way. Yeah, if you pull over, put a hand up before slowing down. It's a great. Bruce Kennedy, if you have nerves like me, locate the Port John and be ready to go there just before you start. 100%. If you're following close, you are faster than the person in front. Pass. 100%, Kurt. Smiley Hanson, what's happening, dude? I really think common sense, if you listen to the bikes coming up, pretty easy to tell they aren't in your class. What happened to you? They're either not in your class or they're in your class and they're just way faster. So, yeah, if they've caught you, in this time of year, I don't know where are you racing? What is this weekend if it's RMEC? Is it not Indian Cara? Is it? Anyway, it's probably gonna be dusty if it's out west. So, and so if they've caught you in the dust, they're way faster than you. So just scoot out of the way. And I'm not, no one's accusing you of not getting out of the way. We're just iterating and reiterating that it's important to be aware of your surroundings. Yeah. If you're feeling fatigued, pass someone and be rejuvenated. Yeah, absolutely. Smiley Hanson, I love you, man. Good to see you on here. We started early today, so we are 38 minutes into this sucker. 40 minutes into this sucker. And there's a lot of you guys watching. Not too many thumbs ups. Well, actually, quite a few thumbs ups. So if you're watching and you're having fun, back on out, hit the thumbs up, and then come on back in the chat. Cub Moto, that is not an easy sound for all of us to make. Fair enough. It does require a fair amount of breath in your lungs to make that noise really loud. But I'm telling you what, dude, it works really well. And never wheelie over your fellow competitors. Although I would say, not while they're riding, but if they're down and their bike's in the way, a wheelie is a good way to get over that bike. So, without crashing. And then I like what Mr. Hansen says, Justin, or do like I do, just ride like there's always someone behind you pinned. So, yeah, agree. But yeah, Shifty, Sean, just have fun, dude. Oh, yeah, Bull Gulch. Yeah. Okay, so it's going to be dusty as crap. Hopefully I'll remember all of this on race day. At least 80-90% of my ability is going to be most difficult. Yeah, Shifty Sean for sure. And, so the cool thing about Enduros, I don't know if they're going to give you it's not a roll chart anymore, but like a sheet telling you how long each test is. I can't remember if they do that with RMEC and the reliabilities. But if they do, Chris Al can't thumbs up. I'm driving, fair enough. If they do give you a route sheet, study it. Maybe make a little thing, because with the reliability, you're not really going to need to write down any times you need to be anywhere. But maybe make a bar pad thing and have the length of the thing so you can remember. Because if you got a short test, so if you've got a 2-mile test, man, that's short, right? So just freaking tape it, man. I mean, give it everything you got. You are not going to run out of energy. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know what kind of fitness you're in, but most people are not going to run out of energy in 2 miles, right? You can just hold it wide and go like hell. But if you got a 9-mile test, then you're going to need to back her down a little bit. So, and maintain conserve. So try to study as much as you can, get as much information as possible. And yes, hydrate. Air horn to the bars. Yeah. I know everybody's joking, and Hanson loves the beep beep horn. The horns are nice. I tried putting a little battery powered horn on my thing. I couldn't hit it. Whatever. It's fine. If you've got the presence of mind to do it, then yeah. Jay Wild, yes. Catch up next year for the members ride. Please do. Give them a brap and look for an opening. I like it. Show them a wheel. And so the other thing is, if they're really not getting out of your way, I start yelling at them. I start telling them I'm not in their class and that I'm faster than them and that they should get out of the way. It's really, really loud when I say those things. So, yeah. I try not to use any obscenities, but I get upset. And then if it gets ridiculous, I will absolutely show them a wheel. So, Panic Rev, great suggestion. Warm up beforehand, light jog, walk, stretch, anything. Absolutely. That's why you see all the guys that are moto guys and all that, they all have stationary bikes or something like that to ride around or to ride in their pits and get their heart rate up. So, Chris B coming in from San Diego. Speaking of hydrate, the Rhino Power hydration worked well this past weekend. 102 on local sprint Enduro. Ooh, 102. Ugh. That's awesome that Rhino Power worked well. I am a huge fan of Element hydration stuff. So there's no sugar, no carbs, no nothing. It's just electrolytes, and it's really good. It's helped me. I don't know. I don't always put it in my pack that I'm wearing, but after I'm done racing, I put it into Nalgene, like a 32 ounce Nalgene, whatever liter Nalgene. Put a package in there and drink the whole thing. It usually keeps me from getting cramps after a hard day. Okay. Oh, here we go. 9-mile test. Hold it wide until you can't. Fair enough, Smiley. The problem is sometimes that ends up with people on the ground. But here we go. After owning and working on the Beta 300 for a while now, would you recommend buying one, or is the KTM gas worth the extra money? My personal opinion is buy the KTM gas Husky. The Beta is a fine motorcycle. It's fine. But, like, I haven't posted about it because I haven't really been riding it. But, like, currently I'm dealing with an oil leak out of a gasket, the inner clutch cover gasket, because all the bolts on the clutch cover came loose from the vibrations, I'm guessing. And they didn't, like, fall out loose. They just got loose enough that it started weeping all the way around the thing. I had to tighten them up just out of nowhere. So I just don't love the Beta, man. Hanson loves his. A lot of people love theirs. But I did talk so quick little thing. A gentleman named Clint Smith came out here from I don't know where, not Colorado, to ride. Unfortunately, he didn't make it to the West Slope, but or not here, I should say. So I didn't get to meet him, but we talked. And he brought his 2-stroke Beta and his 4-stroke Beta. He has a 390. And he's like, and then he also brought a KTM, a new TBI KTM, and he's like, he private messaged me, Morgan, you're right. The Beta 2-stroke is just not that good. I'm like, I know. He loves his Beta 4-stroke. I love the Beta 4-stroke. The 390, I'm thinking about, I don't know. There's a consideration of getting a 390. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not buying a 4-stroke anytime soon, but I have considered it so I can have something for like Baja, big races, things like that 4-strokes are just better for. But we'll see. So yeah, I would just get the KTM Husky. That's all there is to it. They're not the dirt bikes aren't made in China yet. They're using some Chinese parts, but so is everybody. So yeah, and mine has been brilliant. Like I know I've had, as someone said, all these problems with mine. 265 hours of absolute beating on it. I don't think I've had all these problems recently. The overheating thing, whatever. The T-piece is stupid. There's things about it that I don't like, but my experience riding, working on it, loving on it, beating on it, I like the KTM better. It's just me personally. Good morning from the loved by many but hated by you Front Range. The only people that love the Front Range are people that haven't lived on the Western Slope. Looking for a new back tire, JX8 or 525 cheater? JX8. For performance, JX8 all day. 525 is great. Don't get me wrong. It's a good tire. JX8 is just better. Area 51 Enduro coming in from Ohio. Area 51, how's that? Isn't Area 51 in New Mexico? Hanson also uses tailwind, flavorless hydration. Yeah, that's good stuff. Here in Michigan, tight trees, get it out of the way, a challenge for sure. Oh, so yeah, that is hard. If you're in a tight situation, getting out of the way can be a real pain in the butt. Oh yeah, Michael Van Sluice, hot take. Don't ever drink plain water during exercise race. Always be taking in electrolytes. Agree. Sometimes I just don't put it in there because I just don't want any flavor of any kind. And I don't, whatever. But he's right. Scientifically, he's absolutely right. What do you think of the new tire sizes coming from IRC? Oh, I don't know. What are they? Let me know. I don't know. I haven't checked. I haven't stayed up to date on that. I haven't seen that. Do you ever see pro motocross racers show up at a local race? How do they stack up? Kurt, no, I haven't seen any local moto guys show up around here. I'm trying to think. There's some guys on the pro line of our races that do a little bit of like local pro moto, but no legit pros that I've seen. Although, well, that's not completely true. Andrew Short showed up to the Shady Burrow one year I was there. Yeah, he was at the Shady Burrow, and he won the whole freaking thing. Morgan is scared to talk bad about a beta. The beta community is violent. Yeah, I just, And Hanson says, I love my beta and the tight stuff. It is good. My kid really likes the beta. The kid that we built the YZ for, he likes the beta and the really tight stuff, and he likes his KTM and the faster stuff, or his YZ and the faster stuff. Yeah, whatever. I'm trying not to be bashing on the beta just because they're not violent, but like, fair enough. People like different things. I'm trying to be open-minded, but I don't like it that much. Marsha Polson, have a great day. And I will let you know if I need help carrying an elk out. I worked my club's Camp Wood Enduro this past weekend. I was surprised at how many four-strokes there were. Oh, dude, Scott Schweger, a lot of four-strokes. If you like going fast, four-strokes are like 350s, 390s are amazing. Don T, love my beta 390 race edition. Yeah, dude, like looking back, if I could choose between the 390 and the 300, and I'm a two-stroke guy to the core, I would have bought the 390. It's just a better bike than the 300, and it works good in the tight stuff too. So, it gets hot, so you need a fan for sure. Anyway, whatever. It's gonna be interesting to see how Johnny Walker's four-stroke Triumph does in the hard Enduro, because like Enduro Cross ain't hard for those guys. So he doesn't even need a fan for that. But he's talking about doing 2 fans and all kinds of stuff to keep that thing cool. It'd be interesting. Nick Fitzgerald, have a 22 TPI XCW and thinking about doing TSP upgrade or just buy a new TPI XCW. Nick, it all depends on your money situation. If you've got plenty of it, then buy the TBI. If you need to save some money and you don't want to buy a whole new bike and lose all that money on your bike that you already have, the TSP upgrades are amazing, and they will get it really, really, really close to what a TBI is. So, they're TSP stuff, the injector relocator, remap head, makes that bike really brilliant. Hey, good morning. I've been having some trouble with my YZ250 rear brake pedal, feeling too squishy. I've tried bleeding it already and wondering what to try next. Angry Moose, if you've bled it and you're 100% sure that the bleed is good, then I would look at rebuilding the master cylinder, rebuilding the caliper, and then maybe a line. Depends on like what year is the line compromised. Anyway, I've seen lines get like little kinks in them that you can't see, and like whatever. Or I shouldn't say that you can't see that. Like they don't look like anything, but they'll cause issues. So I don't know. Tim Silva, right on, man. Thanks for stopping in. So Don T, my 350 EX, and so he likes his 390R E and his 350 EXCF and his 300 XTW. Don, you're my kind of guy. That's the way. Robbie Severance. IRC came out with a 140/80 tire. So that is a hard enduro specific size right there. So those hard enduro guys like giant tires, but they don't want them super tall because then they just get too wallowy when they because they run really low pressure, right? Or most of them aren't running pressure, but they drilled out mooses. You know what I mean? Really squishy. And so if they run a 140/100 or something like that, it's like this balloon, and it'll just get super sketchy wallowy. Even in the hard stuff, it like won't. It'll slide off of stuff. So yeah, that's cool. They're coming out with a 140. Is it going to be like just the JX8? Like what tire? That's cool. Also came off of YZ50 onto the beta. Ergo Wiser, a lot of like, yeah. Oh, Hanson, yeah. So the YZs and betas, they do crossover. And like I said, the beta's a fine motorcycle. I just don't like it. IRC evaluation of the rejuvenated MR300 Reju. Does look interesting. And there's I can't talk about it yet because I don't know for sure it's going to happen, but I might be getting a bike to do a long-term test on. It's not a Reju, but Jay Martin raced a local D23 race and got second to a Reju 250. Right on. I can't spell. It's awesome. For anyone with the YZ250, try Hitless. It's a different bike. Yeah. Oh, Dave Brandman. Yeah. Thank you. So I cannot say enough good about the Hitless system. It has made my kids' riding so much better. Like when he was on the YZ125, this is my younger boy. He was good on that bike, but it's not a Cove either. Unfortunately, that'd be cool. Like, I want one of their rally bikes to test. But so he was good on the 125, and it taught him a lot of clutch control because that thing's super pipey and whatever. Got on the 250, the hitless made that a nice easy transition. It's more like a 300 the way it runs. It's super smooth transition onto the power valve, into the power band, whatever. You know what I mean? And it's really, really good. I have not yet had a chance to really ride it and like do a review video. That is coming. I just got to get through the next month. My next month is absolutely nutty. So if you have stuff in here, Kenneth, I'm trying to finish your bike before the rest of this month happens. It's out of control what's going on here. But anyway, Zach has gotten it done. Oh, by the way, real quick, I have to show you because it's awesome. There, can I zoom? I don't know if I can zoom. How do I zoom? I probably can't zoom. Oh, wait, hold on. Maybe I can. Oh, look at that. Guys, there is the Omni Wall for Zach Sheets. That thing is freaking rad. Again, massive thank you to Rich Noble. Now I know I can zoom. I'll show you mine up close. It's pretty cool. Best wall system, period. It's going to be great. Use code Highland 24. It's phenomenal. I have to, like I said, I don't make any money, but they did give it to me for free. And mine is awesome because there's my dumb face and my numbers on that bike. It's a 4-stroke, but, whatever. That's what they had for artwork. But 756, there I am. It's rad. Okay. So, anyway, I love you guys. Don T, you might be onto something. Shifty Shot's going to be on the 33S, JX8, and IX09. Sounds good. Sounds right. Those that are hard enduro tires makes sense. No on the Cove. My buddy's kid was hooked up with one from a dealer, kind of a turd, but the motor is decent. Right on. Panic Road, good to know. 52A James says, I'm disappointed your face wasn't flashed on Zach's wall too. I know. I'm bummed out also. Yeah, I know. Would be cool to see a TBI XC versus TBI XCW comparison video. Yes. I have, Zach has his XCW. I guess I should just do a video on those, take them both out and really ride them. I think I've talked about them a lot, and I've ridden Zach's bike and talked about it on film some. I need to get on there. They're whatever. Great idea. I'll get after it. Richard Noble brightened up Zach's area. I heard he might have cracked a smile. He did. For a brief second, Angry Zach smiled. It was awesome. 148 in Metzler, 6 days, soft compound, works great everywhere. Don't think it's available in the U.S. Probably not, Jab. The 6 days soft compound is probably not available in the U.S. We do have a Metzler. No, on the beta it came with what was that thing? It's the Desert IT Maxxis. It was a Maxxis 140 80 Enduro, and it actually wasn't bad. Like, the compound wasn't soft, so it was good. Good morning from St. George, Utah. Kenley Lounsbury. That's a great last name. Great whole name, Kenley. Nice. So yeah. All right, guys. It's almost 8 o'clock. We've been going for an hour. I think we're going to shut this down. I'm going to give you punk rock clubbers time to throw us the horns here. Again, no Thursday night ride for me tonight. That does not mean that you shouldn't go ride. Just because I don't go ride doesn't mean you shouldn't. So I'm telling all of you, go ride your freaking dirt bikes because they're awesome and they make you happy and they make you a better person, make you a better husband, wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, dog owner. They make you a better everything. So go ride your dirt bike, have a lot of fun. Stay tuned on the channel, guys. Lots of cool stuff coming. Got to start working on that Beamer, getting ready for the big trip. Also, guys, there are still a few spots left, like 2 spots left, I think. Hey, there's my dad. Love you, Dad. There are 2 spots left, I think, for the Nepal trip. So if you guys are interested, and we do have enough to make it a go. It's a go. We're going to Nepal in April of 25. That's happening. And I'm also riding from Alaska to Tierra del Fuego in 26. So those are big things. Join us, whatever. Sorry if you missed out on the Baja thing. That's all full up. Yeah. You can, I mean, I was going to say you can't join us. You can come down there and hang out, probably camp out near the lodge and ride with us, whatever. But yeah, it's going to be rad. Baja Oasis. Massive thank you to Justin Strong for that. Huge thank you to Himalayan Life Adventure for the Nepal thing. And a huge thank you to me and my wife for allowing me to do the Alaska Tierra del Fuego members ride. Guys, I cannot wait to see you next weekend. We are going to have a ton of fun. It's going to be rad. I don't know how many people are showing up, but it's going to be super fun. Yeah. Punk Rock Club, I love you more than I love everybody else because you are my favorites. Yeah, I love you all to death. God bless each and every one of you. And as always, I desperately hope that what we're doing here, that what we're doing here is inspiring you guys to work on, but way more importantly, get out and ride your dirt bikes!